It's 23 minutes past 10. You're watching and listening to Britain's Newsroom on GB News.
Now, this is an issue that we're very proud to be associated with on GB News because it's more than 60 years after Britain's nuclear weapons test. Some of the veterans say the fallout is still deeply affecting them physically, emotionally and their families.
Well, a new documentary, Our Planet, The People, My Blood, explores their fight for justice.
It follows campaigners taking on the Ministry of Defence in a landmark legal battle for recognition and compensation. Here's an exclusive clip from the documentary.
No effects were expected or described what might happen while I was there.
The only information we got from them was it was going to be absolutely safe with no worry, no danger.
My daughter, she was born with a double womb, one stuck to each other, hidden behind each other.
My daughter had hydrocephalus at birth.
I've had all sorts of miscarriages.
13 major miscarriages.
I have had 2 children now who have died some kind of problem in their endocrine system.
Completely heartbreaking, isn't it? Well, joining us now is the nuclear veteran Brian Unthank and director and cinematographer Daniel Everitt-Lock. Daniel, I'm also joined by Alan Owen, who's, of course, the founder of Lab Rats International. Let's just get you to put this in perspective. You've done this film. You've met these men and women, these survivors who've had no compensation from wretched government after government. What are these people like?
I mean, they're incredible. Honestly, I mean, Brian's a fantastic example of the strength and, resilience of these men. One thing that kind of hit me making this documentary was how all of them have said the same thing, which they are the luckiest people alive because they're the ones that survived, even in spite of all these issues.
And Brian, you have survived, but not without difficulty. Tell us about some of the health problems that you've had as a result of testing these weapons.
Have we got time?
Well, a brief summary.
I lost all my teeth at the age of 20.
Gosh.
Since then, I've had 98 skin cancers removed. I have bladder cancer. I have a very rare prostate cancer, among other things.
Gosh.
And I'm doing well.
And you've had children and grandchildren?
4 of my children have had medical problems. 2 of my grandchildren have got medical problems. One of my youngest grandchildren at the time had a black melanoma growing on his head, and my daughter-in-law was a registered nurse midwife, and she kept pounding the table, wanted a punch biopsy done. Yeah. And they said, "Oh, you're just a neurotic mother, go away." They eventually gave in and realised that had they not taken that away, the child will be dead. Oh. My youngest granddaughter now has got chalk teeth, same as young Sasha from Steve Pearce, another of the descendants. And Steve Pearce is a disabled young man, very nice to speak to.
What does chalk teeth mean?
Teeth are going... just turning into chalk.
Don't have any enamel and... yeah.
All the enamel's gone away. If you remember the Chernobyl business, there was a dentist over in one of the Eastern European countries who went around the different countries to check children of a certain age, below the age of 11, and they were all turning into chalk.
Let's bring Alan Owen in. Alan, because you've been campaigns, just set in context how these men and women were exposed to these tests, where the tests happened, and how many have already lost their lives, or probably as a direct result of what they experienced.
So there were just over 22,000 British servicemen who took part in the British testing programme from 1952 to 1991. We continued testing underground until 1991. We think that there's around between 1,000 and 1,500 of those left. A lot of them died young, like my father, who died in his 50s. Many of them have had cancers, health problems such as heart issues. And these guys, obviously, I campaigned for them because my father's not here. He died, over 30 years ago, along with a lot of the people who were exposed. And this documentary shows our fight is happening right now in 2026.
And these tests took place, Alan, in Christmas Island. They took place in Christmas Island.
Yes, they took place in Australia.
Yeah.
And Christmas Island in the Pacific Ocean, not the one in the Indian Ocean, because there's two. And we tested from 52 right up until 1962, which was the last tests in Christmas Island as part of Operation Dominic, where my father was, which was a joint UK-US test. But at Christmas Island, we tested a bomb which was 3 megatons. So that's 3 million tons of TNT. And to put that into context, the bomb on Hiroshima was 15,000 tons. We're talking about 3 million tons. Gosh. It's massive.
And no compensation, no recognition. How did you get onto this story as a documentary maker?
I actually saw a short film about the atomic veterans about 10 years ago. And this story talked about the veterans were talking about this experience of seeing the bomb and the flash being so bright that with their hands covering their eyes and their eyes closed, they could see the X-ray of their hands and the people in front of them through their closed eyes. And that kind of stuck with me as this thing, which then I saw that there was a lot of speaking with family and friends kind of thing, realising that no one really knew much about this issue. It wasn't really in education. It wasn't really a topic that was covered. So my thought was it would make a fantastic documentary. And
it premieres next Thursday. What are you hoping to be the outcome of showing the story more widely?
I'm hoping really that it gives people the same impression that it gave me, that people want to learn more about this issue, and I'm hoping that it has positive impact for these guys. And Thursday, Prince Charles Cinema, 6 p.m.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And would it go out on a wider audience if people can they find it on YouTube? Where will they find it?
So right now we have our world premiere on Thursday.
Yeah.
And then we're going to be doing cinemas nationwide shortly after this. Then we'll be going to streaming and broadcast later in the year.
Have you ever given up hope, Brian, there's going to be the proper thing done by you men and get some compensation?
Excuse me for laughing. I don't see it going to happen. I've said it before and I'll say it again, the MOD said that there was no risk, no rigour. We were unharmed. If we were unharmed, how come we've lost so many people through terrible illnesses?
Yeah.
What I've had alone, I feel I'm one of the lucky ones because as we've already discussed, my children and grandchildren are affected. Think of what's happening to the wider audience. And once I'm dead, they think it's over. It's not going to be over because our descendants
are going to keep fighting.
Because it's going to be carrying on for the next 500 years before it washes out of our bloodline.
Let's quickly bring Alan back. Alan, the campaign, you're sort of leading this campaign. You've spoken to successive Defence Secretaries. Where are you with the current one, John Healey?
So we're meeting with the Office of Veterans Affairs every week now. There is a records review due to come out in May, which will look at these people's medical records to see why they're missing, why they're being denied access to them. And we're hoping that medical records review will show and highlight to John Healey that these men were harmed. They had their blood and urine tested, and they have been denied access to them that could have helped them over 70 years.
All right.
Well, Alan, Daniel, Brian, thank you so much for joining us. And you can see the documentary Our Planet, the People, My Blood by visiting www.atomicblood.com.
OK.